The captain's. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Captain's Table. I am your host, Captain Beanard, and the topic of discussion today is going to be the present and future of Pokemon. And here to discuss that with me, making his debut on the Captain's Table, we have probably my greatest rival here in Pokemon competitive Wi-Fi battles over the years. A man who needs no introduction, but we're going to give him one anyway. We have the infamous Joeyfontaine. Welcome to the Captain's Table.
Hey, Vino, happy to be here, and I just saw a bee.
You got a B and a Beanard, so there you go.
Very savage.
Yes. So, yeah, glad to have you. And if there's one guy that knows a thing or two about Pokemon, I think it would probably be you. You've been YouTubing for a long time. And, you're a huge Pokemon diehard fan. So, just the guy to talk to about Pokemon. So, essentially we're just going to go through the new Pokemon games. So actually there's been a lot going on with Pokemon this year, and then even bleeding into the beginning of next year. So we've already had two new Pokemon games released this year, new Pokemon Snap and then Pokemon Unite. So we're going to talk about those, and then we're also going to talk about the two upcoming Pokemon releases. Those are the Diamond and Pearl remakes, and then of course Pokemon Legends Arceus. So with that being said, I think we're ready to get started, unless you want to add anything to that, Joey.
Oh, it's fine. I'm just waiting for the questions.
All right. So, yes. So here we go. So we'll start off with talking about new Pokemon Snap. So this was actually it was a sequel or a remake or something of the original Pokemon Snap, which came out in 1999, I think, something like a long time ago.
Just say a long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. This is a Switch exclusive game, and it's basically a photography game. It came out at the end of April of this year, so a few months ago. And it's basically a photography game where you just kind of take pictures of Pokemon. I didn't get this game. I don't plan on getting it either. It's kind of a cute concept, for casual fans and just people who are just interested in the designs of the Pokemon and just the aesthetics of the game, and not actually the gameplay that Pokemon is known for. So I don't know did you get this game, Joey, or no?
I didn't buy it just because I used to play Pokemon Snap on the old system.
Okay.
I was alive back in the days. I didn't record it though. I wasn't a YouTuber back in, over 20 years ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, yeah, that is a long time.
So, I played Pokemon since Pokemon Yellow, so we're not talking about that. But I've been playing speeding down the street. They're crazy.
Gotcha. Yeah. So, like I said, I don't plan on getting the game either. Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, sorry. I didn't buy it just because I don't feel like the need to spend $92 because here in Canada,
yeah,
everything is $79.99. Every Switch game.
Yeah, that's
starting price.
Yeah, so
in the US, you got it a little bit cheaper. I think it's $40 or something. You can correct me if I'm wrong.
I think it's $60 actually. So as far as I know, yeah, the new games are a new Switch game is $60 American and I think $80 Canadian. So it is definitely it's a third more expensive for you guys just because of the dollar conversion rates and whatnot. But yeah, so it is quite a bit of money to drop on something that, like I said, it's really a casual game just for people who just enjoy the aesthetics of Pokemon in general. So
somebody who's very photogenic.
Yeah, so not something. I mean, you and I were kind of a little more hardcore Pokemon fans, I dare say. So yeah, not really something for us, I don't think. But I think it's cool that they're because the last couple of years, Pokemon has really been trying to release stuff for both casual and hardcore fans, and I can appreciate that.
That's good.
Exactly. Yeah. Not only is it good for everybody, it's good for the fans. It's good for the bottom dollar of the company, of course, because they're trying to make as much money as possible. But yeah, so I don't really have too much else to say about that. This is probably going to be the shortest of our talking points. I don't know if you have anything else you want to add about Pokemon Snap, Joey.
Well, I can say the graphics is better than Sword and Shield. But from a different company, though. It's another company design it.
Right. Yeah. Well,
this is why I find that the graphics are beautiful.
Yeah, I would hope so, because if it's a photography game, you have to have the best graphics possible, right?
I know. I wonder why did they mess up Sword and Shield?
Yeah, I don't know. Sword and Shield. I like Sword and Shield, but I do have my bones to pick with it. But
But Sword and Shield, if you want, it can be another video if you want. There's gonna be that has to be a long video.
yeah, I've already had a podcast or two talking about Sword and Shield. Maybe I'll do another one in the future. I don't know. Yeah, it's
So the graphics is a lot better.
yeah.
Sword and Shield is you can see the pixels.
Yes.
That's very bad.
Yeah, it's Nintendo's never been known for its cutting edge graphics, but I feel like they probably could have done a little bit better, especially if they were charging us the obscene amounts of money that they charged us to play Sword and Shield. But I digress. So.
Okay, I'm sorry, man. It's just like I'm using metaphors, so
yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
So yeah, I think we can probably move on because
yep.
Yeah, do you have any another opinion on Snap besides on
not really?
The graphics are amazing. I can't deny the graphics. That it's the most beautiful game I see.
Yeah, no, it definitely does look very good. I won't deny that at all. But yeah, I don't really have too much else to say about it. So we'll move on. So next up on the list, we have Pokemon Unite. So this game came out at the end of July, so just about a week or so ago, maybe, by the time this video airs, maybe more like 2 weeks ago, after. But yeah, it came out a week or two ago. I will say I have mixed feelings about this game, honestly. This is a cross-platform for the Switch and for mobile games, and so the concept of this game I actually find quite intriguing. So the concept is essentially a 5 versus 5 point-based battle. You get to catch Pokemon. It's not like your traditional battle like you would do on a regular Pokemon game or a core series game, but it's a very intriguing concept, I will say. It's kind of like a spin-off crossed with like a battle almost, which is interesting. So
next up, battling. Sorry, Beanerd.
Yeah, go for it.
It seemed like battling it Pokemon and Pokemon.
Yes.
Oh, check them over that game is on the Switch. Like the Pokemon fighting, and then there's you basically send Pokemon out to the fight, basically.
Yeah.
Like they try to mix it up though. That's a little bit different than regular base games.
Yes, definitely. And so yeah, I find that pretty interesting. But there are some definite downsides to this, and probably the biggest downside to this game is, unfortunately, its pay-to-win nature via the abuse of microtransactions. So, essentially...
Yeah, I don't like that either. I watched so many videos.
Yeah, no, I know. I've seen several myself. By the way, I didn't mention, this is another game that I have not purchased myself, and I don't plan on purchasing. I actually considered buying it until I really delved into like the microtransactions.
The game is free, but every game that's free to play is always come with a catch.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
It's free to play. You don't have to buy it. What you have to buy is stuff that you want to pay to win, basically.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's the problem is that I could just get the game and then get my ass kicked, which that's no fun, right? So, or I could.
I'm trying to keep it PG.
Yeah. Ass is PG, at least I think it is. But anyway, so we're not strictly PG here on the captain's table, but in any event.
Well, it's fine, no, because none of our videos are demonetized, so we don't get big paychecks from YouTube.
Yeah, I don't get paid nothing for this. This is just all for me and for the fans. So
yeah, thanks.
Yes. So the thing about Pokemon Unite, so yes, it's free to play, but the problem is it's Pokemon falling victim to the same thing that so many gaming franchises do nowadays, which is they give you a game that's free to play, but then in order to be good at the game or to win the game or to substitute for grinding in the game, you have to spend real physical money. Now, there are some games that do microtransactions right and some that do them wrong. So I think this is a pretty. This is kind of like a gray area to me, but this game is definitely more on the wrong side of microtransactions, and here's why. Because in Pokemon Unite, there is in-game currency. Well, first of all, isn't there like 4 or 5 different versions of in-game currency or something in the game, or is it there just one? Do you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't play the game, but
okay, I think there's multiple. I'm pretty sure there's multiple versions of in-game currency.
Yeah, there's different things you can buy in the game with real money that helps you basically pay to win.
Yeah, so it's weird because here's the problem. There you can earn in-game currency by just playing the game by grinding, but as I understand it, there is a finite amount of in-game currency that you can get out of the game for free. So it's like if you hit that ceiling, then you're done at that point. You can't get any more in-game currency without buying it with real money. So there's where the pay to win comes in, because you can spend theoretically as much money, real money, as you want on the game, and you can get anything you want on the game. And that's not cool to me. In my opinion, every serious gamer, or really every gamer, should hate pay to win games. You really should. Because it's the lowest common denominator. It's stupid. It's like the whole point of the game is you play it, you have fun, and I'm just talking about games in general. I know. You have fun, you get better at it, and it rewards, maybe skill or time investment. But when you have games that's just, okay, I can just throw money at it and win, that kind of defeats the purpose for me, and that kills the fun of the game. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. So, so for that reason, I kind of when I saw that, I kind of hit the pause button on my interest in Pokemon. Yeah, I kind of hit the pause button on my interest in Pokemon Unite, and I was kind of like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna, because at this point, for those of you who follow my battles, you might know, at this point in Sword and Shield, I'm kind of just like drifting. So like I'm not doing as many battles as I usually do. Sword and Shield has kind of like run its course for me. The limitations on the Pokédex and whatnot. So I'm just kind of waiting for the next mainline Pokemon game to come out. And then when I saw Unite, I was like, well, maybe I'll give this a shot, because that'll be something different. That'll be something interesting. But with the pay to win mechanics, they lost me with that,
Yeah.
So, I think I will say this is kind of a broader point. I don't like how so many gaming franchises have kind of like adopted this mentality. So, and not to go back to Sword and Shield, but we're kind of talking about
you're just bringing back Sword and Shield. That's funny.
Well, we're talking about all things Pokemon, so I'm gonna go backwards a little bit. So, in the days of Sword and Shield, right? So when Sword and Shield first came out, you have to pay $60 American, $80 Canadian for this game, and the Pokedex was capped at 400. Well, now there's over 900 Pokemon, I think, or close to 900 Pokemon in the national dex. So at that point, I was willing to accept that, because I was like, okay, they're going a different.
They want to balance. That's what they tell us. They want us to do balance.
Yeah, so they were like, they want competitive balance, and I figured, okay, well, they're going a different direction with the franchise. I can accept that. But then they came out with the DLCs, and they wanted to charge us another $30 American, or I think it was $40 or $45 Canadian for the Isle of Armor Crown Tundra DLC. How much did you pay for that?
I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
That's okay. Yeah, so something like that. So yeah, it was about a little over a year ago that they announced the DLC, or that the Isle of Armor DLC came out in June of last year, I want to say, and then the Crown Tundra was October of last year, I want to say. So, but that was another $30 right there, American. So now you're up to almost $100 American. So it's what the hell, gaming. And then the thing is,
the price was $29.99 plus tax.
Okay, yeah. So it's the thing is, I remember when gaming didn't used to cost an arm and a leg, and I remember when companies didn't try to like juice you for every dollar that you were worth. You know what I mean? Like you buy a game, you spend your money, you get to enjoy the game, done deal, right? Nowadays, it's more like you buy an incomplete game, like that's what Sword and Shield was, honestly. Don't get me wrong, I like Sword and Shield quite a lot actually, but the facts are facts. Sword and Shield was basically an incomplete game when they pushed it out to us in 2019, and we paid full price for an incomplete game, and then we pay another $30 for like another, say, like a quarter of a game essentially. So
yeah, you didn't get too much battling inside the the DLC. The first DLC, you get a new Pokemon. That was great. I didn't complain about that. It was pretty decent.
Yep.
And then they tell you to choose between what towers to fight. What the heck? They couldn't give us both and let us use that one Pokemon in the both.
Yeah, I guess not. I mean, that would have been nice.
They want to make money, so it's a franchise.
Yeah.
They're a $1 billion company, but they still $1 billion is not enough for them.
Apparently not. Yeah. Well, it was.
So yeah, they want you to buy the second copy so you can play both.
Yeah, pretty much, and I guess that's what I'm getting at with with Pokemon Unite. That's just like the next step. So the Crown Tundra and the Isle of Armor was the first time that Pokemon had paid DLC content. So obviously a lot of other franchises have done this. So that was the first time Pokemon had done it. Now that we have Pokemon Unite, this is, I believe, the first Pokemon game with microtransactions in it, at least for at least for the Switch anyway. So so again, it's just another thing that they're doing to kind of just juice more money out of people, and I don't really like being juiced. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you also the DLC. You also have to pay for Pokemon Home for the storage.
Yep. That's another good point.
Despite they adding back all the Pokemon, they don't give us enough boxes.
Yeah, I didn't even have. How many boxes do they give you on Home? Because I don't even think I downloaded Home.
No, well, I have Home and I have Bank.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
They juicing the money out of me.
Yeah, really, they're milking you for all you're worth, Joey.
Well, it's like the juice box that the kid drank at in kindergarten.
Yeah, you're the juice box, and Masuda is sucking you dry. Which sounded a lot worse than it actually is, but anyway.
The combination of Bank, the DLC, and every yearly, and also pay online. That's terrible.
Yeah, you have to pay for the online subscription too. That's another thing. So
Gen 7 was a lot better. I actually uploaded some Gen 7 battles groups.
Yeah.
There's pre-online. There's also all the Pokemon.
Yep. Yeah, that's the other thing.
I'm not a big fan of Gigantamax and the other ones. The
Dynamax. Yeah. Yeah, I could take it or leave it, honestly, with Dynamax, Gigantamax. I preferred the mechanics of Gen 7 more. Also, the fact that you had access to, at that point, the full decks, which was nice. So, yeah, I guess
they cut the decks so they can make more money.
Yeah, that's really what it feels like. So then they could charge you.
Also, they lied to us saying that there's not enough space to add all the Pokemon, and yet they add all the Pokemon in the DLC. What?
Yeah.
And they're constantly uploading and different online battling formats.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but yeah, to kind of bring it back to topic here, like I was saying, Pokemon Unite. No, it's all good. We tangent a lot here on the Captain's Table. That's just what we do. But yeah, so Pokemon Unite is just kind of like the next step in the Pokemon company trying to milk its customers for all they're worth, essentially, I think, which is, not cool by my step, but that's just kind of business as usual for gaming companies in 2021. So, again, I didn't get the game. I probably won't get the game. And yeah, it's an interesting concept. If they didn't have pay-to-win mechanics, I probably would have given it a shot. I don't know if I would have done any YouTube videos on it or not, but
there's also you can grind up by yourself in the game, but you didn't mention this before, but you also can get everything you need that without paying for it, but it's a long process. And also, if you want to play with your friends, it give you unfair advantage. Well, they get the advantage, you don't.
Oh yeah,
because if your friends pay for the stuff that needed to be in the game,
yeah,
and you don't, you unfair advantages, and you're supposed to be, you're uniting as one, basically. You're helping each other.
Gotcha.
So, you basically if you want to play without pain. So in this case, I'm gonna say legit, but I don't know pay to earn counts as cheating, but because it does give you the option. So if you play legit, just example, it's not, I don't know the best term at this moment. So you stuck behind your friends basically as you grind up basically, and who wants to spend all that time in the game?
Well, that's the thing. And so the one thing the one other thing I do want to say about this is kind of like the principle of grinding versus, cheating or hacking or whatever. Like back in the old days, it would be using the action replay with the DS, which I
Also,
did.
game chat, I did it too.
Yeah, of course. So here's where there's a difference, in my opinion. The big difference to me is that when you use an action replay or a Game Shark or whatever the genning that you use for Sword and Shield,
Yeah.
you might pay, like for the action replay, for example, you pay a one-time fee of like $15 to buy it, and then it's yours. So you can do whatever you want with it. Now, I understand, obviously some people grind and they breed Pokemon and they do all that to get everything perfect. I get that. But here was my point. I don't have an unlimited amount of time in the world. And I don't want to spend, like, what I really want to do is spend my time battling. I don't want to spend my time grinding. So I'm just going to save a lot of time and do it that way with the whatever the cheat is. Now, the difference between that and what Pokemon Unite does, and this is the key difference, I think, is that not only, like I said, is I believe there's a finite amount of in-game currency that you can farm on Pokemon Unite, but it's different because you can theoretically spend an unlimited amount of money on Pokemon Unite too. So, like I said, with the action replay or whatever it is, you're paying for the action replay like $15 or whatever it was, and then it's yours at that point, and you can do whatever you want with it. Whereas on Pokemon Unite, it's just a continuous money dump, like over and over and over again. And that's what these companies are banking on, honestly, is they're banking on people who are going to dump a lot of money on this because they want to win. And, another game I play a lot is Fortnite, tangenting off once again. And that's a game that I believe, to contrast that with Pokemon Unite, I think that's a game, Fortnite, that properly implements the use of microtransactions to me, because it's a free-to-play game, and the microtransactions and everything you buy in Fortnite has no bearing on your ability to play or win the game whatsoever. Everything that you buy through a microtransaction is purely cosmetic. You could argue that, okay, you can buy like a skin that's smaller or more, like harder to see on the battlefield for like a slight tactical advantage, but that's just splitting hairs at that point. I think there's nothing that you're going to buy that gives you a clear and distinct advantage.
Also, Bino, they also did this with I'm at Pokemon Bank as well. At least only $5 plus tax.
Yep.
Every year, instead of the Pokemon Home that charged 3 times, I believe, the national cost.
Yeah.
And this every year if you want to pay the year price, but at least they give it. This is the difference between bank and home. Is bank is the same aim, but it costs less.
Yep. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
So they're gonna give you the price with that. So it's $49 plus tax. I'm googling it.
Yeah, the Pokemon Bank back in the DS days, I remember because I actually had one myself. It was $5, and then the Pokemon Home subscription is, I think, 16. I want to say, so it's like 3 times the price. So yeah, it's really just the trend, and it's unfortunate for old school Pokemon fans like us, because like I said, we remember playing the game when it didn't cost an arm and a leg to play the game. But I guess it is what it is.
On the screen right now, I have the prices for they still with Pokemon Home as a payment because they want to make more money than they. Okay, I tell you, they're $1 billion company.
Yep.
So basically, on the screen right now on my phone, I have the prices of the premium version. Pokemon Home is actually a free aim, but they want you to pay if you want to keep more than 30 Pokemon in the box.
Yeah, and doing the straight transfers, like you can't, like if you have the free version of Pokemon, because I have the free version of Pokemon Home. Now that I think about it, I remember I do have the free version of Pokemon Home on my Switch, but I don't have the paid version, and you need the paid version to port Pokemon directly from the DS, I believe.
Also, Pokemon Go and Let's Go. If you have Let's Go,
yes,
use Pokemon Home for that.
Yes. Yes.
So, but that's probably why more money, but. Even if you see Pokemon Home, the Pokemon actually look amazing than Sword and Shield. That's funny.
Yeah, the graphics on Home are actually pretty good for what it's worth. I mean, it's just, they're just there, but,
Well, I was on the topic on like charging money, so that's why I Google it and I search it out.
Gotcha.
So yeah. Okay. What else?
I think that's
so
about it for Pokemon Unite. I don't really have anything else to say about Pokemon Unite. Do you?
I find it like it gives people unfair, and then you add the disadvantage. So I didn't buy the game. So well, okay, my bad. I didn't get the game.
Right.
I didn't want to waste the memory on my phone or tablet or whatever I choose to download it on.
Fair enough. So all right. So we're gonna move on then, and we're gonna move on to the next thing, and this is the big one for me. This is what I'm really looking forward to. This is the only game. I think that this is the only game on this list that I'm 100% going to buy, and definitely the one that I'm looking forward to more than anything, and that is coming in November, so a few months away. We have finally, after all this time waiting, I've been waiting a while. Yes. We have Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, the Generation 4 remakes. So I'm really excited about this, honestly. I know Pokemon fans are kind of split on Generation 4. Some love it, some don't. I'm not going to say it was perfect, because it wasn't. But I will tell you that Generation 4 holds a special place in my heart personally as a Pokemon fan, because that was when I got back into Pokemon. So just a quick history for those of you who might not know, and I don't talk about it a lot, but anyway. So I was a Gen 1er, obviously, a good old Gen 1er back in the days. And then somewhere like halfway through Gen 2, I kind of just got out of Pokemon because I don't know, I guess I was a kid and I was just kind of like, I felt like I was growing out of Pokemon at that point. So, and I think when they were phasing in all of the new Generation 2 Pokemon, I didn't like a lot of them at the time, and I kind of just felt like, I didn't like that they felt like they were phasing out like the Generation 1 stuff, because I really, really like Generation 1. So I was kind of just like, I'm not feeling this anymore. So I kind of stopped being a Pokemon fan for like pretty much the latter half of Gen 2, and then all of Gen 3. I was just not really paying attention to Pokemon like at all at that point. Because I remember I used to play the card game. I don't know if you ever had like the old school Pokemon cards back in the day.
Well, they actually do that. You know how they have, okay, well, back to money issues as well.
Yeah.
Well, if you have the old Pokemon cards, they actually changed all the Pokemon cards and tell you to either get rid of them. Not, you don't have to get rid of them. They basically they get you on that when you spend so much money on a piece of paper with ink. That's what they are.
And foil. Let's not forget the foil. Holographics.
The foil one has ink in it. I actually took a card apart and it was ink.
Interesting. So
it's really black ink in the card.
Interesting.
You make the foil, but the bad news about that is they when you do like tournaments and that, they actually change it in like 2003 or something like that. I'm not sure what year.
Yeah.
You have to use updated cards. The cards are different. They have the game that came out that is you use a special Pokemon card. I'm not sure you probably have any of those. Mm-hmm. You slide it in the card and you have the game. You have the Pokemon in the game.
Yeah. I've heard about that. That's interesting. Yeah, the card game thing that you were talking about, I remember that was kind of another reason that I started to get out of Pokemon, because I had so many of those old school Pokemon cards, and then they hit like somewhere in the early 2000s, they hit like the reset button on the Pokemon card game for some reason.
And how do they make money?
Yeah, and they were like, oh, you can't use any of these anymore, so we're going to print like a whole new set, and then, they eventually migrated to rotating sets, which a lot of, trading card games do, which is whatever, but I was very unhappy about that. At that point in time, I was very unhappy about it. And so, yeah, that kind of contributed to me leaving Pokemon for a period of time. So, yeah, so I still have most of my Pokemon cards from back then. I do. And yes, the value of those has shot up significantly since then, I will tell you. Yeah, eBay. But so coming back to the point, so I got back in when Generation 4, when Diamond and Pearl came out. I got myself a DS. I got myself a copy of Pearl, and I loved it. It was like, to me, that was my return to Pokemon right there. So I will always have a special place in my heart for Generation 4 Pokemon Pearl. So I'll give you one guess which version I'm going to get when it comes out.
I'm probably bored.
Yeah, it's exactly Pearl. So
Yeah, I had them both. I'm one of those rich kids. No, okay, no, I'm not.
yeah,
I buy both copies. When I bought, what is it? What game did I buy? I bought Soul Silver and Hulk Gold, I believe. I bought the book as well. No, I think the book is in my house. I bought the two book. I bought the 2 copies of the game.
mm-hmm.
It was $115, by the way. This back in the days when Pokemon wasn't $90 for one game.
yeah.
When you buy 2 games and then buy both copies of the game and you buy a book, you get like 30% off of the book.
Mm. Yeah,
so I spent $115.07 on 2 games because this is back in the days when Pokemon games are $40 each.
Yep. Yeah.
It was a long period of time when Pokemon games are only $40 down here.
Yeah, that was all of the that's what they were in America too for the DS. You know what? I think the initial DS games were actually $30. So it was, I think, 30.
You.
Yeah, American. It was $30 American, and then the 3DS games were $40 American, and then the Switch games are $60 American. So unfortunate, but yeah. So. Yeah, that was a great time. So I'm really looking forward to the game. I will tell you, I'm interested. I saw the trailer. The trailers, early trailers like that, you don't really see much, so it is what it is. But I will say that I'm very intrigued how they're going to integrate the new stuff with the old game, and like what they're going to do with a national dex possibly, and like I'm very interested to see what this remake looks like, because we all know the remakes don't exactly look like the original games, and in a lot of cases I think the remakes make a lot of upgrades to the original games. So
well, for me, between the trailer, because we didn't see much from the trailer.
Yeah.
Well, just the trailer. It's not really a big celebration.
Right.
They look like bubble heads. Come on now, can I make humans a little more lifelike?
Yeah.
you know the bubble heads? They have too many of those.
Yes, too many bobbleheads for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a criticism of the game, I remember, of Gen 4 in general. Another criticism was the long like dialogue and cutscenes, which I agree with that stuff. I think, I like a good story, although, every Pokemon game is 90% the same, so it's like, whatever. But
well, at least the new game has more storyline than, the last game that came out, hopefully.
Yeah, I know we spent a little bit of time crapping on Sword and Shield, but I will tell you, I actually, one of the big things that I really enjoyed about Sword and Shield was the story. I liked how they made, like the champion formidable. I like how they made your rival like not just some loser, that he actually felt like a real character, you know what I mean? So I really enjoyed the story. But yeah,
I didn't like the finish though. Rose is bad guy by why? He's just a bad guy.
Yeah, exactly. So I like that.
But the story is very thin at the ending, but the like you said, the at least the bad guy was not bad guy. At least the rival is a good guy.
Yeah, exactly. So, I did like, as far as Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Generation 4, I did like the story in that game, especially the Platinum story with going to, like, the underworld and meeting Giratina and all that. I really
have that in this game. And one of them, you get, they should give you Giratina in both.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Dialga or Palkia, though, like you did in the old one.
Yep.
They should give you access, well, just my opinion, they should give you access to Giratina, like, if they don't have to. Unless they want to make more money, they just release Platinum again. I don't know what the name would be called.
Yeah, but, I don't know what they would do with the. Yeah, I kind of doubt, because typically with the remakes they don't do that. They don't release like the third version of the game on the remake. So I'm sure you'll probably. And actually, now that I think about it, there was a way to catch Giratina in the original. In Diamond and Pearl, you could still get Giratina. There was like some.
Oh, you can.
Yeah, there was like some path off some like random road somewhere where you could like take, and it would lead you to Giratina and you could catch it. So I'm pretty sure that you'll be able to get Giratina in this game, and I doubt that there would be like a platinum remake. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I do hope that they do something as far as like the really long dialogue scenes. I think that was too much, so I'm hoping
sitting.
exactly. So I'm hoping
they give you this option to skip the paragraph.
That would be nice, yeah.
You can skip, like you already know the paragraph, you can have the option to put the skip it.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they do something, or maybe they just shorten the dialogue in the paragraphs, because like it was just so many paragraphs in that game. Like that was one of the biggest drawbacks of that game, and I don't have too many grievances with Generation 4. I like Generation 4 a lot, but that's one of them is the paragraphs, and the story just so long. But yeah, I'm very interested to see what they do with it. I'm really pumped out about this. We'll 100% be getting this game, and that will be
He's a good guy. Well, he's not a good guy, but Cyrus.
Yeah, Cyrus. That's interesting. Will be interesting.
He's 27. He's a genius. Well, he's a game character, but
Yes. Well, that is his character bio. But yeah, so I think I'm concerned. I'm not sure about you. They get some past events like Arceus. I had to use a cheat code for that. Yeah.
Because Arceus events, you have to get the outro flute.
Yes, yeah. So I'm interested as to what they're going to do with that. I'm very interested to see what they're going to do as far as the Pokédex. So obviously, we all remember back in I think Generation 4 cut off around like
493.
Yes. Well, you had the exact number ready to go. There you go.
No, I know it because I finished my Pokédex. In my first game, I actually pay attention to Pokédex.
Nice. So yeah, I'm interested.
That's Arceus number, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. So I'm interested to see how they do the Pokédex, and if they're gonna. I think, and maybe I'm wrong about this or misremembering this, but I think at one point they kind of confirmed that like a full national dex is just never something they're gonna do again in a Pokemon game, because there's just in their minds too many Pokemon. So what I had a theory about what they might do, although I hope they don't do this because I think this is going to be wildly unpopular. But I think what they might do, at least for starters, is they might limit the Diamond Pearl remakes to just the Pokédex of Diamond and Pearl. So in other words, like have no Generation 5, 6, 7, or 8 Pokemon in this game for starters, which I think... Yeah, I think that would be a huge mistake in my opinion, although I can 100% see them doing that. Because to them that would kind of kill two birds with one stone, because then they would stick
They were trying to make money off it, though. That's the problem. This is Nintendo we're talking about, Beanard.
Yeah, so
they money hungry.
Very true. So what they'll probably do this is my prediction, is if they do that, which is I'm gonna go out on a limb and predict that that's what they're gonna do, is included in the core game is only gonna be Generation 1 through 4 Pokemon. If they do that, I think they're going to do the same thing that they did with Sword and Shield, and that's they're going to release DLCs with more of the new Pokemon in them, and that's going to cost you another arm and a leg to continue to play. So I'm very interested to see how they handle all of that, but regardless of that, I'm very excited for this game, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So
I'm going to get it as well. I'm going to pre-order so I can actually get a poster. I like getting the posters.
Nice.
Like when you pre-order down here at EB Games, I don't know, they have GameStop out here?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they closed the game shop in here. I don't know why. They don't like us. We used to have GameStop.
Yeah.
So we have EB Games down here. So when you pre-order, you get a poster of the game.
Nice. Yeah, no, they do stuff like that too with here.
But the good news about pre-ordering is you don't have to pay all at once. I like that.
Yeah, because, that's good.
That's a lot of money out of your pocket at once if you want to get it.
Well, yeah, especially if you're going to get both.
Well, I might just get one copy. I don't know if I'm going to get both.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I know people get both copies a lot of times. I don't see the point, especially now that they've jacked the prices to $60 American or $80 Canadian for one copy. So I don't like back in the day when they were cheaper. I could see, but I don't know. I think it's not worth it.
My friend keep calling. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all good.
I'm using my phone to talk to you.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. So
yeah, he's trying to call me, and he called me 3 times, but he extended at different times. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward for this game. I'm concerned about I hope they fix the battle timer.
Yeah. So that's another thing that I kind of forgot. So that was the only other big drawback. I think the way they did the Pokédex and then the timer were really the big problems in Sword and Shield. So I am very much hoping that they fix the battle timer in the Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl games. And honestly, I don't think that there's any reason for them to not fix it, right? Because the battle timer was like 60 minutes back in those games. So if they were staying true to that, they would have it 60 minutes. Now, I will tell you, I would be okay.
I don't mind. I can live with 40 minutes. That's not that bad.
I was just going to say... Yeah.
Are you okay with 40 minutes, or you want
Oh, absolutely. I would even be okay with 30 minutes, to be honest with you. I would be fine with...
All right.
Because I'll tell you, with the 20-minute timer, there's so many battles that I've had with that 20-minute timer that I just thought, man, if only I had, another 5 minutes or 10 minutes, something as relatively little as that. They don't need an hour timer. I'm fine if they don't have an hour timer. That's fine.
You know about battling, I do a lot. I battle too much. I upload daily.
Yes,
yes,
you do.
I do a lot of battles. That would A-Drive call me the guy who battle a lot.
Yes.
He actually heard of me. I'm actually surprised A-Drive heard of me.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. You definitely are. That is for sure.
So, the timer, when your job is to battle. I know this is probably a very battle lesson.
Yeah.
You have to break down your opponent's team. Basically, they could have Pokemons. They could have Pokemon that is healing itself.
Yeah.
So a long extent of time of trying to put down Pokemon. That's why hazards come in handy, and then now they make boots. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. It's it's almost like the more I think about it, it's almost like they wanted to kill competitive singles in Sword and Shield because they have so many ways like that they have that your Pokemon can survive longer and you can stall more, but then at the same time it's 20-minute timer, so it's you know what I mean?
If you win by the timer, that's terrible. I don't find that a satisfying victory.
Not at all. Well, if you win via timer, it's kind of sucks because you're but if you lose via timer, that's even worse because it's you're just, and I know we've had battles that have gone to timer, quite a few of them actually, and it's
we didn't install each other. We played we make plays and we battle.
That's the thing. That's the thing that sucks is even if you're somebody who's not playing stall and you're just taking a little bit of time to think about your moves and you're just playing the game, and if you make good predictions or you whatever, you're still going to run out of time. It's not even that if you're playing stall, you're going to run out of time. You're just going to run out of time, period. So I'm hoping that at bare minimum we get a 30-minute timer. If it's 30 minutes, I'll be happy. If it's 40 minutes, I'll be ecstatic. But
you're gonna have a party.
Yeah, exactly. So we just need a bare minimum. If anyone from Nintendo finds their way to listening to this, which probably isn't going to happen, bare minimum, we need a 30-minute timer for competitive battling. Bare minimum, 30 minutes. So, but yeah, regardless of all that, still very much looking forward to those Gen 4 remakes. Do you have anything else you want to add about those, Joey?
Well, all the other events besides Arceus, Darkrai, I had to use the walk through walls of cheat code. Basically, you go to Cassilia Island and you walk through on the side and you walk through the wall, and then I don't know, they have enemies. Cassilia put Pokemon, wake people up with the feather, and then Darkrai put people to sleep. Why would they I don't know why Nintendo decided to make the islands nail each other. That's funny.
It's interesting, yeah. Actually, that reminds me of one Pokemon that I'm extremely looking forward to getting back. And
Extremely well.
well, a Pokemon that I've never used before, but one that I really want to use is Shaman, and I'm really looking forward to getting Shaman back in this generation. Like I'm very,
Me
very
too. I
happy
miss
about that.
Shaman.
Yes.
It was a little bit broken.
Yeah, well, Skyform's obviously Uber, but I mean, even
Yeah, well, the Skyflow, no, because it has certain grace, and its Seed Flow has a high chance to drop special defense.
oh, it's broken. It's very
It's
broken.
partially.
Yes.
Partially.
So, but even Landform Shaman, like I just like Shaman. I really like Shaman. So I'm gonna use it at some point in the Diamond Pearl remakes for sure. So.
I'm gonna use it too. I like Shiny Shaman. The color is like dark green.
Yeah, it's cool. It is cool looking. So it's a great.
I was hoping when you get the Lendroid, there's no shiny locks. Like they lock the buds and Sword and Shield.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand that. I know a lot of people are crazy for shinies. I personally don't really care too much about shinies, but yeah, I can understand that for sure. So I think that pretty well covers Brilliant Diamond and Shining
So
Pearl.
what they can do if they do another DLC for the new Diamond and Pearl is what they can do is like do the Giratina like event there.
Yeah, they could have a Giratina DLC essentially.
Yeah, like then you can get all serious. You can go to do the heck. The whole balcony is shaking. Oh, somebody's going down the. Oops.
Jeez.
No, the whole balcony is. Somebody taking the stairs and the whole balcony is shaking. That's how bad my building is.
Jesus.
I'm like, I hear a bomb. I'm like, the whole thing is shaking. Like, bro, who made the? Oh, this needs to be fixed. That's unsafe. You shouldn't be hearing vibrations on my chair.
Yeah, definitely. You don't want that. So.
Oh, sorry, I got distracted.
That's all right. Don't worry about it.
So, maybe if they do another DLC, hopefully it doesn't. Do two and they charge one price because they could charge more. They greedy. They want money.
Yes.
Definitely. I can't rule it out. We're talking about the future.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I could see it being probably close to the same. I hope it's not more. If it is more, I hope it's not too much more. But I could definitely see them charging. I could definitely see them doing DLC for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl to introduce more. So that's my prediction, as I mentioned before.
I hope, B-Nerd, I hope they give us the Battle Frontier.
Yeah, I would think they're gonna do that. I don't see why they wouldn't.
That was only in Platinum. So if they do the DLC, if they want to give us that, give us access to the Battle Frontier.
Yeah, I like the Battle Frontier a lot too. So I'm hoping that comes out for sure. But yeah, so I guess that only leaves one other talking point here.
Well, before we change topics, do you have any more emotions to say?
No, I'm good. I am excited. Like I said, this is the one game that I'm 100% buying. I'm gonna put it. It's gonna be, regardless of how good or bad it is, it will be the future YouTube content for me.
Me too.
And I'm excited for it. So yeah, I'm excited for the remakes. So, but with that said, like I said, there's only one more talking point we have, and that is the final Pokemon game that we know about coming out in January of 2022. That is going to be Pokemon Legends Arceus. So, we don't know a lot about this game right now. It is several months out at this point. And obviously the Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl games are going to come out prior to that. So from what I gather, this is a Switch exclusive, as the Diamond Pearl remakes are as well. And from what I gather, this game is going to be another kind of interesting variation on a Pokemon game. So it kind of, from what I understand, it's supposed to be set like in the past, essentially. So it might be having to do about like the origin of like Arceus, and because Arceus is supposed to be like God in the world of Pokemon, essentially. So it's like. I did not watch the Arceus movie. No.
Well, the Zoo of Life. I actually own it on DVD.
I do, yeah.
I'm a Pokemon fan.
I haven't. I like Pokemon too, but I haven't. I don't believe I've seen any Pokemon movies past like the first few.
Like that. I don't know. If you have time, watch the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you continue.
Okay, so, but yeah, so it kind of feels like it's going to be like that, and it might be like, it looks like it might be kind of like um, another situation that's similar to the Let's Go games. Like we had Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. So this
I didn't play them.
I did play Let's Go Pikachu, and I thought it was fine. It was like a cross between a casual game and a hardcore fan game. So that's the vibe I'm getting from Pokemon Legends Arceus. Is it feels like it's going to be in the same vein as Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, where it's going to be like a step between like a casual. So like, okay, we talked about Pokemon Snap. Like new Pokemon Snap is 100% casual game, and then the Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, those are going to be 100% core games for hardcore fans. So the Let's Go Pikachu Eevee games obviously were like a step in between both of those, and that's the vibe that I'm getting from the Pokemon Legends Arceus game, is that it's going to be something like that, where it's going to be like a step in between a casual game and a competitive game. I'm intrigued by it. Like I said, we don't have a lot of information about it right now other than that. I'm intrigued by the game, and this is the one game that I'm on the fence about, actually, probably because I don't have enough information about it. So I know that I'm not going to buy new Pokemon Snap. I know that I'm not going to get Pokemon Unite. I know that I am going to get Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. I don't know about this game. I don't know if I'm going to get this game or not. It just kind of depends on what it turns into, I guess. So, but yeah. What are your thoughts on?
I'm gonna buy it because I'm hoping they copy the story somewhat. They don't have to do exactly like the movie. In Drew of Life, basically. Well, you have to watch the movie. I don't want to spoil the movie for you or anybody who didn't watch the movie.
You don't have to worry about spoilers for a movie that's, like 15 years old at this point or something.
Yeah, like maybe 20 now or 21. Jeez, they made so much movies.
Yeah.
So, yeah, basically, the Drew of Life is basically something happened, and the movie basically is like every other movie that happens. They do time travel.
Okay, interesting.
Like, and there's a lot of movies that happen. They mess up the timeline, so they just fix it with time travel. That's kind of funny.
Okay.
It's a cheap way to change and start fresh. That's funny.
Yeah. So that would be interesting, actually, if they tried to model the game kind of after the movie.
Basically, Dialga and Palkia. I said it wrong.
Yeah.
So basically, Dialga and Palkia fight Arceus
or Palkia as TKN would say.
Even Pokemon Company make they can't say Groudon, and the anime say Groudon.
Gotcha.
So I'm not gonna nitpick on the translation of Japanese to English.
Well, fair enough.
If I know what you're gonna say, then it's fine. I'm not gonna argue over a name that translated badly.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so I think that would be intriguing. Although I guess historically we haven't had the best. There hasn't been the best track record with either trying to turn movies into video games or video games into movies. That doesn't have the best track record historically. But I will say it is a very interesting idea. It's an interesting concept.
So the storyline is basically Arceus at the beginning. It came to attack the main city because it basically a long time ago it gives part of itself. In the movie, you know how in Pokemon games if you give it a plate, it weak to the type of the plate, the button of the plate.
Right.
In the movie, it has 8 plates and then missing 4, I believe.
Okay.
And give it to the guy who actually in the storyline somebody in like the king and queen back in the day, so it's king and queen. Mm-hmm. So one of the lackey actually tricked him, the guy who's supposed to give back the jewel alive, and give Arceus a fake one, and then trap it and try to eliminate it.
Interesting.
So it basically betrayed Arceus after Arceus saved them because an asteroid came to the planet.
Interesting.
So basically, Arceus saved them and gave it a part of itself. I forgot what plates. Basically, I know electric because Pichu electrocuted.
Yeah.
actually in the movie is basically immune to that typing.
Gotcha. Well, I mean,
So, because the jewel life basically is the life of it Arceus.
yeah. Yeah, I mean that does sound pretty interesting. I actually want to make a correction of something I said, that I hadn't watched any Pokemon movies since since like the early 2000s. That was not true, because I forgot that I watched Detective Pikachu when it came out. So yes, that was a great movie actually.
I enjoy it, but I wish they filmed more than one Pokeball.
Yeah. I mean, it was there wasn't a lot of Pokemon in that Pokemon movie. I mean, there was, but there wasn't. So, but it was a great movie. There was a lot of Ryan Reynolds, which is always a good thing.
I like him. That what they do. They give you the number one actor of the year, and then another one Pokemon game that came out.
There you go.
The number one franchise is Pokemon at the moment.
Yeah.
And then Deadpool was successful, so they had to get Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, they had to put him in something else. 'Cause why not? Exactly. So so I think that would be kind of interesting if they went that direction. But like I said,
the ending of the game, the movie, basically Ash. Well, you don't. You use the character in the game basically. You also, as far as I saw the trailer, you actually can catch Pokemon. You use them to help you do stuff.
Right.
In the game. So the guy who does the Pokemon Direct. Mm-hmm. You do catch some Pokemon, so there is catching and you do battering. That's actually, I like that.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it'll be an interesting integration between those different gameplays.
I still want to know, why did they have Pokeball back in that days? Have you saw Pokemon? Too many Pokemon movies I saw. Yeah. I saw them all basically.
Yeah, wasn't there one where they like didn't have Pokeball? Like it was like back in the day they didn't have Pokeballs. Yeah.
If any of you remember, this is when Professor Oak went back in time.
Yeah, and they didn't have Pokeballs or something. Yeah.
Yeah, they have a white ball that is open from the top. It's not technically a Pokeball. I don't know. I don't know exactly what they call them. It wasn't Pokeball. But yeah, and back in the day when the guy has a Charmeleon.
Even back in the day, people didn't want to evolve their Pokemon all the way.
No, this is I forgot the name of the movie. Somebody can probably quote me in the book. I'll just Google it.
Yeah.
Well, I have my phone with me. I just Google it.
There you go.
I forgot what number the movie is. It basically the movie with Celebi.
That might have been, that I know. I remember that movie. That was
the person in the movie went back. Ash went back for 30 years. No, the Richie. I think that I don't know. Professor Oak's first name. I forgot his first name already.
Yeah.
He went back in time, and it's 30 years.
Right. Yeah, I don't.
No, he went. He was 30 years behind, and then he went 30 years in the future when Ash is 10 still. That's funny.
What? Yeah, Ash doesn't age apparently, as we've seen.
Speaking of Ash aging, do you know Team Rocket's supposed to be the same age as Ash?
Really?
They not look it, but in the Japanese special the record, they actually told me.
That doesn't make any sense at all.
No, in Japan, not in anywhere else. Someone was released saying that they was actually 20 years old.
Yeah, so here's the thing.
Jesse and James are supposed to be 20.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ash has definitely not hit puberty, and Jesse and James have definitely hit puberty. So
Bino, you know me in my chair. At least I have a nice.
Yeah, no, but they are definitely not the same age. No, not at all.
Yeah, they say that from the game that they're supposed to be 10. Well, the first game when they actually show up.
Yeah.
I don't know why they don't bring them back. Actually, I don't mind if they bring them back in any game, because if you watch anime, if you do watch any anime, Team Rocket is always there.
Yeah.
But I wish you can actually face them in any game, because they come out of nowhere and they challenge you.
Yeah, no, I was a big fan of Team Rocket. Actually, they're great villains, and it's for comedy relief,
They
obviously.
put them out in every game though. In every game we played, there's no Team Rocket, unless you do like a special event.
Yeah, there's always the new villainous team per game. But yeah, I will tell you. I just speaking on that topic about Ash, I really don't like Ash. Ash is like the worst.
Well, you have a bad moveset. Hello, he give Noivon acrobatics.
Well, I just never even when I was a kid, I just never liked Ash as the main character of
Well,
Pokemon.
I don't know how, but he hack his Charles out and he give it tackle.
Yeah, I don't know. All I can tell you for sure is that Ash sucks. He is not a good main character. Yeah, he is not. And I understand why he is the way he is, but that doesn't mean I like it because I don't like it. So, yeah. So, yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about.
If you don't mind Ash in the first season and second season.
Well, okay.
You were a savage. Come on now.
Yeah. So.
He roasts people. I was laughing. I almost falling off my chair laughing.
Yeah, so in the first few seasons, I was like, okay, and then even though he got to the end of the Lost, I was like, okay, he'll get it next time, or he'll get